Good morning from Dixie Mountain Loop. I'm at the top of Western. Thought I'd show you in case you ever want to try this and maybe talk a little bit about the trail in the meantime. Just there is Sonoran Desert. It's right off like the 303. Kind of dead ends right there. We informally call that like the Sonoran lot because a lot of people park there. See the trail? So from that little parking lot to, I want to see, let's see, right there, I think you can kind of see the Y or the T or whatever you want to call it. So getting to that T is Bobcat. And then now you're faced with Dixie going left and right. It's about a 4-mile loop if you were to just do Dixie. I turned right, so then I came this way. You can kind of see the trail there. And then again there, kind of, well, it's hard with the sun. And then, let's see, excuse that tree. I'll walk a little, hopefully I don't fall. Oh, there, you can kind of see the base right there. There's kind of like a little Y. I hung a sharp right. And I want to say that was like half a mile from where I got on Dixie, somewhere around there. I'll put my Strava link to the loop in the comments here, but yeah, so I took a sharp right, and that is Western Peak. Went up, went up, went up. It's wicked. Again, I mean, those of you who know me, I'm just kind of a plotter. I just kind of keep going. I'm not super fast and super powerful, but I make my way up there, and I want to say it's like, what, 0.3 or 4 miles? I can't remember. And then I get up here, and yeah, there's just some places to kind of chill and view the city. Yeah. So that is how I got to the top of Western Peak off of Dixie Loop. I'm gonna go down Western Peak and then go to the right onto Dixie Loop. You know, once I get back down there, I'll go to the right. You can kind of see it going, then it disappears. Only to reappear over there. Yeah, so I'll do another video showing you once I get to the top of Dixie, because I'm going to go around through those, lots of nice trails. You can kind of see one, that's Hawk's Nest. Maybe I'll do another video there just to kind of show you, but that's Hawk's Nest intersection. Then I keep going, going. Eventually, I will get to the top of that, Dixie Peak. We're back on Dixie. Just came down from Western Peak. I'm approaching this Hawk's Nest trail, so I thought I'd show you that. That climb was pretty brutal. I'll share my Strava link so you guys can check out the profile, but yeah, I mostly hike that, speed hike it, shuffle a little bit. So here's the intersection. On today's route, it took me about 57 minutes to get here. I stopped for a while at top of Western and then found somebody to talk to, so maybe knock off about 4 or 5 minutes of that. That heads down to the trailhead. I don't want to say it's Desert Vista, but I'll double check. So I came from there. What's up? And then between those, and then that was Western, where you saw the first part of the video. And now I'm going to weave around, go past the Verde turn off. Verde Valley, Verde something. I'll look at it when I get there, but I'll be there eventually. All right, now we're hitting another little intersection, Verde. But I'm gonna stay left. If I were to go on Verde, it'd take me way over to that other peak, and we'll save that one for another day. So now I'm gonna go around a couple, two big climbs to the base of Dixie Peak, and then I'll head up Dixie Peak, which is right there. Okay, made it to the base of Dixie. Yeah, it still wasn't a couple miles. All right, we're gonna go up, up, up. There. All right, guys, I'm here at the top of Dixie. So that's Western. You can kind of give it a good look now on what it was like getting up that. Yeah, came down, went that direction, past a rusted out Jeep. And then you can see a peak trail right there. That led me to Hawk's Nest, that little intersection. Then I came around. That trail across the flats there, that's Verde. And then came up here. All right, so I'm like, gosh, about an hour 18 in. And then I've stopped like 3 times. But here we are. All right, we're about back where we started. Woo! So I made it to Dixie and then all the way down. And now I'm coming to my turn again. That is Dixie and Bobcat. And that, on Bobcat, it's about a mile back to that little lot. And then this way is how you get to Western. Whew, it's getting warm out. But only about 2 miles left home. Alrighty. So here's another intersection on B. This is Bobcat. And then this one we call No Name. Because it's not on any maps really, but it's definitely worn and doable. And it connects you to all of Dixie Mountain Loop. It's just very flat, which I use for a lot of recovery runs. But just to orient you, there's Dixie, there's Western, just came down. And if I turned right and went on to No Name, it'd be about 4 miles till I hit Cactus Ren, and that's part of the Dixie Mountain Loops. So getting close. I'm about 1.5 miles from home, and I'm only about, what, 3/4 of a mile from that little Sonoran dead end where lots of people park. Well, we just did Dixie. And the route we did was we hopped on Bobcat from the Sonoran Desert Drive, I think it is, dead end, and picked up Bobcat there. That was about 1 mile. And then we headed to Dixie Loop, you know, the official like Dixie Mountain Loop, and then turned right. And I don't know, maybe 1/2 mile or so later was the intersection for Western Peak. We turned right, shot up that, came back down. At the base of that, we took another right. So we're back on Dixie again, and we passed a little rusted out Jeep that I'm sure has an amazing story. Went around, we passed Hawk's Nest Trail intersection, but we stayed on D. Passed the Verde section, kept on D. Went to the base of Dixie Peak, and then went up and down Dixie Peak. At the base of Dixie Peak, we then went left and stayed on Dixie Loop, and we kept going around all the way until we got back to Bobcat. My sweet hubby just showed up. So got back on Bobcat and finished up. It ended up being about a 2-hour run, and let's see here, 9.3-ish miles or so. Great loop. Hope this video helped.